James Cena, C-E-N-A, E6, radioman first class. Yeah, we were back home in Norfolk, and I guess we were back home. Repairs and education, things like that. Cuban Missile Crisis. We were one of the ships that we had a special equipment on the stern of the ship, was called the VDS, Variable Depth Sonar. And we found his sub, and we were following him. He couldn't get away from us, and we were doing that for like 2 days. We were dogging him, and he finally came up. And we were maybe from here to the wall over there, 100 feet away, and we were trying to communicate with him. And we had a Soviet-speaking operations officer on the ship, and he was trying to talk with them, but they wouldn't answer us at all. But we find out later that, and they did movies about him, that was almost the beginning of World War III. And we never knew that because he had nuclear-tipped torpedoes. And we just thought it was all conventional torpedoes, but it was nuclear-tipped, and he wanted to fire it at us because we were dogging him. And the executive officer on that ship was the guy who prevented us from going to World War III. But we didn't find that out until years later. Well, I guess it was nothing different than ours coming up. I mean, we saw him coming up, and we knew he was coming up from, before he surfaced, we knew he was on his way up, because he had to come up to charge his batteries. And when he did, we tried to talk to him. You know, we're in the back end of the stern of the ship. Guys are up in the forecastle of the ship, and they're trying to wave to guys. Even the signalmen are trying to talk to them, but they didn't return any communications at all. Nothing. But we find out later on that that guy was the guy who wanted to pull the plug on blowing up, starting World War III. Well, we had we had teletype equipment, so everything was coming in. It was all secret, top secret information, and it was coming from all over. And we were getting information from the Commander-in-Chief Atlantic Fleet, all the big boys, so to speak, and they were telling us what to do, where to go, how to do it, and because they didn't want any mess-ups from our ship, our skipper, or anything like that. They didn't want anybody to mess up and create an international incident. But yeah, we didn't know anything about that. And we read messages, and we're passing information to the captain of the ship, so we can interpret, and we read a lot of the things that he gets. It's all either secret or top secret, anything. There were 4 ships with the Kennedy and the Roberts, and we were one of them. And one of the ships that fired the star shell above that tanker, I don't know if you saw that movie 13 Days. Yeah, that was true. And the Samuel B. Roberts and the Kennedy ship, they were right there, and we were right there too, because, and they never mentioned our ship's name. They only did a couple of ships there, and that was the Roberts and the Kennedy. But we were right there with them. At first, they were only, the cargo ships, they had everything covered anyway. You didn't see anything. What you saw was cargo covered. And We have, I got a film at home that they went over in a whaleboat. They went to board the ship and do a search of it. But yeah, they stopped a lot of ships and went aboard, a lot of them.